thrusters are, or typically just after you land, but if you put it on while you're coming down, then they're going forward and backward, forward and backward. So each of the horizontals is, you know, reversing. If you come down and put a little bit of forward in and then put auto heading on, then they're going from, you know, a higher number to a lower number, but they're always going forward and it won't oscillate, and it also will be less likely to, or when they go backwards.
Lower camera, it looks like there's some interesting terrain ahead.
It'll pick up your dust cloud and shoot that out in front of the ROV.
We have some viewers asking about the camera issue, like what caused it not to focus, and if the zoom was fixed.
We think that what the issue was, well, what we fixed was that's a Zcam, what is it, E6, F6 Pro in there?
We do want to try and collect this one if possible. I don't know if we're in a good position to do that.
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
Atalanta's out ahead of us, so
Sure thing.
sorry I wasn't paying attention there.
It's all good.
Jaden's out of the box.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll have to make up some time now, Jaden.
Copy.
Chris can stop the ship for you. We're
Ship's
shallow enough.
finishing the move right now, so.
Right. We're this shallow, Harold, it'll stop everything up pretty quick, so not like when we were deep where we have that long swing in. We only have like 25 meter layback, which is the length of Herc's tether, so. We've been playing it close to Atalanta because we're going downhill.
Yep.
So that kind of halves our tether time in the bank, so usually we're well out front. Downhill is undesirable for many reasons. Can't see, gotta keep Herc under Atalanta. Anyways, the interface from the lens, the autofocus lens, to the camera, there's like, I don't know, 6 little gold pin connectors in there. I think they just weren't making a good contact, so we took the camera off the vehicle, took the camera out of the housing, took the lens off the camera, cleaned the contacts, put it back together, and tested it while it was out of the housing in the lab, and everything worked perfectly. So we put it back in the housing. Jaden spent probably an hour cleaning the O-rings and the interface there and all the little fittings that we got to take out. Little plugs, you got to pull a plug so you can get the thing apart. There's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, what, about 8 O-rings? So we have to make sure all that's super, super clean with chem wipes and alcohol and gun buds.
Up on our left here, there's a pretty big coral or sponge we might want to take a look at.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Ooh. Is that a huge basket star?
Wow.
Yep. Yeah, let's get a zoom on this.
And this is a sponge, you said?
This is a coral.
Oh, it's a coral.
Oh, yeah. Rocks are the best place to land.
Alright.
Easy, easy.
Interesting shape, though. It's only branching at the very top part.
Let it float back up a bit, Jaden.
Tilt up.
Oh, let the vehicle float back up. Yeah.
Copy.
Let's not land. Just try and get a view of it. We're getting behind the curve again.
The ship has stopped.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you can actually, in this case, bring your head to the right a little. If you see on your sonar, the uphills, see on the lower sonar there?
Yeah.
So you want to be facing uphill to land.
So try to land again.
Yeah, but turn your head to the right first.
Okay.
I mean, you always want to be uphill for the most part, because landing on the side hill, only one skid lands. And
Yeah, I'm a little confused by the shape of this.
I'm going to tilt
It's
your
got
camera
this
up
long
too.
trunk, but then Gorgonian-like branching at the top.
Kind of like the sponge that
just
looked
keep
like
a little
sea
down.
fans yesterday.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
Okay. You can go ahead and push in, Amber. Copy.
and it seems to be swaying in the breeze a little bit, so not super rigid.
Oops, wrong button.
So what type of coral is it? Do you know?
That's what we're trying to figure out here. This one's stumping me a bit.
Beautiful shot.
These polyps are
They look like
Very-
flowers.
Be a good time for auto depth.
flower
just
blossom-like.
keep
They
it.
look a
Yeah.
bit like popcorn.
Oh, yes. Popcorn
yeah.
too.
That's like the stock,
You
for
should
lack
be
of a
able
better
to-
word.
Yeah,
In theory, relax your right hand.
yeah. This,
now if you
this
press
is
either the
stumping me.
button on the top of the joystick or the top far right one that just turned green. Yeah.
Yep.
But the risk of that, now it may or may not start drifting. I think you're good. Then you can relax your hands.
The depth too.
Yep, it locks in. So that locks in all the current
Great.
commands that you have on
So
up, down, forward, back,
maybe,
left, right.
Asako is saying maybe
And when you
Paragorgia.
disengage that,
okay.
put some vertical
So
down
possible
and then
Paragorgia,
disengage
that's
and then
one
slowly
thing that
let go and
went
it
through
will
my
float up.
head.
Okay.
I wonder if maybe we could collect a snip of this.
Yeah,
Are we in position?
Do you want to switch back?
turn your joy gain up a little bit. Yeah, so that'll pin the vehicle just a little bit more.
Up to what?
Up to 80 maybe. Yeah, you're good. Single digit altitude, but you know, it's pretty flat here. It's wandering around a bit, but not too bad. I can deal with it.
Yep. So we are gonna try and grab a snip of this one. Figure out what it is in the lab. So Asako agrees that, or Asako has suggested it might be a Paragorgia. And some clues to that are the apparent flexibility of it as it sways in the current here. So if my understanding is if it was a corallid, it would be more rigid. And it has these sort of fist-like clumps of polyps on it. It's just a very interesting branching structure.
We're gonna have to turn that Norbit off and that network bottle off, Chris. It's killing me.
One of the white fans
Not
we
gonna do it
collected
now, but
on the previous
you
dive
how?
turned out to be a corallid.
Watch the upper camera.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2,
Alright.
3.
Yeah.
It's, I can deal with latency, but that's a bit extreme.
All right, I'll turn it off, shut it down here properly.
Roger.
Perfect.
Something like that, Harold.
Yep,
All right.
that's a
Stopped.
good amount. Oh, very bendy.
I didn't quite get it in the jaws there.
Beautiful. Nicely done.
Nice. We have a starboard bio box last to the aft little box.
Ooh. We call that freeze fail. That can be deadly. You want to open the starboard box and turn on the...
So
first
Brian
one, the
agrees
lights.
this is a white morph Paragorgia.
The lights.
Yeah.
And this is a group that the taxonomy is in flux.
Sorry, what
It's been
box?
changed around.
The last to the aft, small one.
Oh, I hate that one.
And also
It's
the big
so
one, too.
hard. Hate's a pretty strong word. I try not to use it. I strongly dislike the aft inner box.
Yeah, there are many, many species of Paragorgia, so often hard to tell.
That and I can't see it. Am I
On
in it,
video.
Chris?
Looks like it.
Which way do I gotta go?
I think you're there. You may be down a bit or back a bit.
Back which way?
Well,
Back like
vehicle
back
forward.
Your line,
Yeah,
Asako
you're pushing at
saying
the back of the starboard.
Yeah.
There you
this
go.
may be similar to one from the Sea of Japan.
What?
There you go.
What'd you
Oh,
say
yeah.
about the Sea of Japan?
Got it.
Asako says there's white morph Paragorgias in the Sea of Japan as well.
Did it come off?
So this
It
could
did, I
potentially be
think.
similar.
I think I saw it fall.
Well, that aft box is much easier to deal with when you can't see it. I could have put that over here, by the way. I'm just being lazy. Amber, we haven't taught Chris how to use the micro-touch yet. We're lagging.
The what?
Very sweet video switcher in front of you.
Oh, you don't know? Oh,
I can't believe he doesn't know yet.
I'll show you.
that is-
Right.
That is like,
The
we're,
soft panel.
yeah, he'll be all over it.
Yeah.
We've got most of our other navigators trained up. You could probably work it out just by looking at it. You actually have to look at it though. It's amazing how long I sat there and never looked at it. Well, I did, and I kept wondering how that would work, and David had said, oh, that thing doesn't work. And then Amber came on and in 5 minutes had it all reprogrammed and like totally dialed in.
Good. I'm glad.
I'm going to, you're going to lose your WCAs for just a second. I'm going to force them to use their 10 gigabit fiber optic network.
Okay.
All right. Are we happy here?
Yep.
Okay.
Jaden's not waiting around.
Beautiful escape. Okay, I'll just come up a little bit before I put Atalanta in the mud again. There they go. That was the time of spanning tree protocol reacquisition complete.
All right, on to more outcrops. Got a Metallogorgia. I see quite a tall whip in the distance. See an enemy here?
Swing Atalanta around to look at you. See what you're doing out there. You can bark at me, by the
Here's
way.
another
Now.
one of these
Give me some orders.
mesh-like
I'm lagging on
membrane
that one.
things that we saw earlier.
Did you want to zoom on it?
Actually, yeah, that would be good to look at again. This thing was stumping us earlier. Just this translucent mesh. It looked sponge-like, but it was so thin.
Area. Not many options there.
Alright.
What's
Go ahead and push in, Amber.
CAF? Continuous autofocus. Oh, I see. I get it.
Huh. Yeah, this does look like what we saw earlier.
Boom.
This is
There, it's working.
looking much more spongy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, just an extremely thin, delicate glass
Maybe more
sponge.
tilt down so I can.
Jeff is asking if we collect this.
Yeah, this I think is also, yeah, this is weird enough to collect. It's
Dan?
Yeah.
pretty different.
So I changed the continuous autofocus area to large, and it seems to be happier with that.
Oh, there's a cyclothony. Just swam past.
What am I collecting here?
This sort of web-like sponge piece of it.
Can I slurp it?
You could try.
I can try.
Although, let's see, that 10 centimeters might be a bit on the big side. But
What? Sorry, it's the silky web,
the spider web looking thing.
but that'll all like collapse into nothingness, right?
Yeah,
Is that
we
problematic?
could scoop it.
As soon as we touch it, you don't think it'll just fly apart like the siphonophore did?
Maybe. Well, the last one, we blew some thrusters at it and it was rippling a bit. So it might have some elasticity to it, but if you want
I
to give
can
it the old
poke
poke test
Roger.
and see what we're dealing with.
Oh, you did double down.
Whoa, webby.
Okay. So not immediately going to shatter on us, but still very, very delicate.
That would go right into the slurp.
You think so?
Yeah, we've slurped
Sure.
it before.
Yeah, go for it.
So we have Slurp 3. There's some sediment inside. Shall we just not use that, or?
Do we have another one that
Yeah,
doesn't have
use
sediment?
Slurp 4.
Jane, you'll have to
Okay,
move it a little
it's
bit
probably
closer
preferable
to
since
see
this thing
how far
is
out we are on
so
the...
delicate and
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah, I need to be...
Okay.
I don't know if we have that much of those. Actually, hold on before you do that. Let me see. I'll try it.
Okay. I love this song.
I do not.
Yeah, so when this gets back to the museum, the sponge experts will try and look at its spicules under the microscope and
Remember to turn
see
your
if
gas
it's new.
tank on.
And we'll use jar 4.
All right.
Thank you.
Roger it. Let's see if I can reach first.
I can try pushing in.
What's going on here? Oh, stand by. Yeah, I got enough. I'm just watching the loop there in the...
Yep.
So the loop will pull out, and if you pull, you'll start pulling on that bottom Velcro there. Or you'll pull the bungee through the little holsterino there.
Okay.
So let's try not maximum.
Oh, not max.
No, let's go way down to like half.
All right.
50%.
Okay. Suction ready.
Yeah. If
Curious
we turn
to
it
see
100%, it might
how
float
this
right
thing
there. Are we all dialed on the jar there?
response to the suction.
Yes.
You can push in a bit if you want, Amber. Let's see what's going on there. Trying to do the slurp and scrape here. Running out of manipulator. You don't need the whole thing, do you?
Not necessarily, but
But you want it. You want it. You know you do.
well, I'm just not sure how you would break off the part that's already in the hose without getting most of it. Yeah, we're just going for the whole thing.
Crank up the slurp a little bit.
Copy.
I should have had you move closer.
Just like
About
vacuuming up a
10%.
spider web in your house.
What are you on
There
now?
it is.
54, 7, about 60.
Okay.
Yeah, crank it up to 3/4.
All right.
Let's see if it lands in the jar. Oh,
You want
got
the
a bit
sponge
stuck
too?
there. Yep, sure. Not sure we have a choice.
You do.
Oh,
There it
he
goes.
is.
You want the rest of it there, Harold?
Let's see how much ends up in our jar here. But since you're right there, just go ahead.
Roger. Just at the maximum reach here.
Yeah, this is a pretty delicate, pretty
wow.
brittle material, so having more of it's probably
That's
better.
me moving you. You're all right, dude. I'm just
Yep, we got
lifting the RV up with the...
the big chunk in the
Okay.
jar. I think we're probably good.
Roger. I
Yep.
just don't quite have the reach for the last bit there.
Yeah, we got a good sized chunk.
Roger.
All right.
Nicely done. Thank you.
All right, killing suction.
Roger. Killing suction.
that is our sample 107.
Very interesting growth form for a sponge. It almost looked like it was suspended between these two rocks, but I'm not sure how that would come to be.
Just gonna cycle that camera on and off.
Okay.
It's still a bit wonky.
Did you say you're cycling upper?
Yeah,
Okay.
it was great until we disrupted its network path, and then when it reacquired the 10G network, it still... I think the decoder in the rack doesn't like that. I don't know. I'm firmly in Ed's camp though. Give me HD SDI or go away. NDI is all cool and everything, but I don't know. I could put a rattler in those things. I forget why that idea didn't gain any traction. There was a specific reason.
Hey Amber, is there a way for our viewers to see what's in the jars?
Yes. So I actually had on Sat3 put that up
Okay.
when that was on. They changed the camera view, so they're looking at like gauges right now. So
Okay.
We can change it back.
Got another Walteria sponge up there. Some more, maybe Poliopogon? Many different glass sponges here. And our mystery spiderweb sponge.
Dan Atalanta's getting tangled.
Sorry, I'm sidetracked on that. Should just say, come up, come up, come up, come up.
The Polyopticon. I think that sounds like an arena where like robots battle to the death or something.
Yeah, or like the Panopticon.
Yeah.
Now entering the Poliopogon.
That's helpful.
I'm gonna cycle the lower one now too. Atalanta, where are you? What are you doing?
Spotted another sea urchin under there. One of those pencil-like ones we've been seeing.
Where is it?
It's down below. You don't have to go back for it.
Did you want to zoom on it?
No, keep going. There's a Caliphacus sponge over there. So many sponges. There's also quite a few of these bases of sponges where the top of it is missing, but you just see the attachment hairs or the attachment spicules. There's another Oreo. Let's have a look at this fish. Rat tail, looks like. Can't quite tell. Yeah, the long... Does it have those long pectorals?
Alright, you can go ahead and hop. Push in, yeah.
No. It's a great zoom. This one looks a little too big to slurp, I think.
We do have a fish net.
We do.
Yeah, we do.
Do you want to give it a try?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
We've been trying to find a suitable rat tail that's maybe just a little bit too big to suction, but is still one of these hard to ID macruids. And we've now got the scoop net on board, so our badminton rackets didn't end up faring so well. We may have to go back to the drawing board for that.
Badminton racket versus manipulator.
Yeah. It's really like,
Can you try an autofocus on the...
yeah, the Incredible Hulk carrying a butterfly net. So if you do manage to get it in there, do you just spin it around and drop it in the bio box? Is that the plan?
I don't know.
Haven't thought that far ahead.
I haven't got the net out yet, so...
Yeah.
Tilt down a bit for in the HD camera.
Oh, there's...
It'd be really great if the other camera focused.
Yeah, it's not.
Dang.
Buttons aren't
It
doing
would have been
anything.
a great shot.
Oh, it's hiding in a little crack here, so we may be able to corner it.
Can't wait.
So here we have a piece of 6-inch Schedule 40 PVC with my old laundry bag on it.
Nice.
I gotta play with it just a little bit more here. Sorry, I'm catching my laundry bag in the jaw.
Coming
Can
close.
grab it by the hockey puck handle, but then we have one of the-
Jeff is very skeptical that this is going to work, but now's your chance to prove him wrong.
the scoop around is probably older than you are, Harold.
This fish is about to enter the polyoptagon.
Definitely older than Jade. It's been around
Well,
for
apparently that's
many
not hard.
I like it, some pushback. Okay, I've got it where I want it now. Is the fish still in the neighborhood?
Yeah,
Yeah.
left of the screen.
Right there.
Right there.
Yeah, I'm not sure how you're going to make sure it doesn't swim right out.
Pin it against the rock.
Me neither.
Pin it against the bottom until it swims into the upper part of the net. And then just pray it doesn't swim out.
Getting it in the net, I don't see any. Can you tilt up a bit?
Yep.
I don't see any difference between getting it in this net and getting it in your badminton net. The only difference is like yours was a perfect circle. This has a little tongue on it.
Yeah, I
You'll
guess
you'll have to
the
move
fish
forward
has
a
to
bit,
swim
Jade.
all the way through that tube to actually
Forward.
get into the net, though.
Yeah, you'll have to get closer. I can't reach there.
Okay.
But by all means, please
Not to scare it
demonstrate.
away.
So while Jaden's moving forward, let's overthink this. So the fish has to swim through the tube. Teasing you, Harold.
How much closer do you need?
If you touch the fish, you're too close.
Oh.
Whoa! Oh, still hanging around.
Yeah, you'll have to get, here, I'll give you an example. If I reach out here. That's like my maximum effective reach there. So it doesn't give me really enough to like play around. So I would say, I don't know, just a little bit closer. And unelegantly slam Hercules into the rocks.
Donk.
Don't worry, it's got high heels that can take it. They don't break.
Is that good?
Yeah,
Or closer?
beautiful. These are your ruggedized shoes on Hercules. They're heavy duty.
Are we drifting?
I think you're pivoting on a rock, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
just kind of
so,
keep it straight.
yeah, try again, then when you land, so take all your autos off. You got them all off?
Yep.
Yeah. So come forward just a little bit more.
Come what?
Yeah, just scoot forward a little bit more. And then when you come down slowly, I was kidding obviously about slamming it into the rocks, but when you come down and touch the rocks, then after the velocity kind of stops, then give it full vertical down.
Give it, which one?
Full vertical down. So
Okay.
after it continues to come down, and then you'll see the camera stop moving down.
There you go.
Then push that left hand all the way forward until it hits stop. And then now give a little forward on your other joystick.
Yep.
And if it starts moving too much, at some point it's going to find a home and stop. And you want to have some significant forward held in, maybe about half stick.
Whoa.
And it'll find a home. Okay, now hit stick lock, but have that forward in. You keep backing up on your forward. Have a little in, like maybe a third of your bars there. There you go. Now it's got a home. Now you can stick lock
Okay.
and hit. Well, you backed off on your forward. You're all right. You're gonna have to come up, move left, anyways. To correct that wiggle, you got to have some forward in before you hit auto heading. So I was probably advising you to put too much in. So let's come up and move to the left a bit so it's closer to the manipulator.
Okay.
I'll retract the porch while you're up anyways. I should have done that. You're going to have to chase them around a bit.
Yeah.
Yep, it's off to the left. The cinematic sinus there.
Swing your head around and kind of head him off.
Oh. I think it just went behind the ROV.
I went down the hill here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Come back away a bit to it, and then we'll try and acquire it again.
All right.
It'll come down and find a new hidey hole. And that, I should have took what I had there.
We may want to continue ahead and maybe just wait for another opportunity. We don't want to spend too much time looking for this one fish. I think it's probably gone.
Roger.
Yeah, I don't see it.
If you come up a bit and hit all your autos
Yeah,
there.
that's another fish in there. Oh, good deal.
Where?
You got a fish right there, Dan.
Right there in the rock.
Yep.
I was going to stow this in the Orion, but we're still in fish hunting mode, I guess. I'm sure there's more than one fish around this little rocky outcrop here, I would think.
All right, Brian has come with a proposal.
How would you all feel about a little blue water hop into deeper water and then come back up the steep slope?
I would loathe blue water.
All right, well, let's hop.
We hop along the seabed?
So I feel like that's gonna, I will leave it up to you all on what you think is a reasonable whatever, but we want to get an east-west comparison here.
So sorry, what's the reason for coming up in the blue water? Start there.
Sorry, the blue water was hopping off of the ridgeback and going deeper and then coming back up the slope. So going off to the southeast into the steep terrain and then coming back up to the ridge. I don't think you want to back down that level of steepness.
We can figure that out on the way. But yeah, I'm good with that. I'm gonna
Then off to the south, please.
Roger.
Southeast.
Do you want me to land?
So you want to go down?
uh,
You want to go down to like here?
That's
Yeah,
probably
come down
ambitious
and
to
land.
be back
Well,
by,
that direction
but
anyway.
yes, that direction.
All right. I'm just going to set a waypoint there,
You
and then
can come right
we
down
can
to it.
go as far as you feel like.
you're up
Oh.
pretty high. You're 5 meters up.
I feel like, Dan, you sure you don't think it's more efficient to jump off and then reacquire bottom and come back and instead go down slope? I feel like that's going to be just annoying, backing down really slowly.
Well, we'll go as fast as you want. We'll sort that out when I see what it looks like.
Okay.
If I can't keep it on the seabed, I'll come up and do the blue water.
Okay.
So we'll pick some speed, half a knot, 1 knot, something like that.
So how do you want to do this, Dan? You want to...
Just stand by, one thing at a time. I'm going to stow the net here. If we took why aren't you moving? Can you look at the, oh wait, never mind, I can do it. That would be what? have you using Jake's buttons there. They're way faster, but I'm going to use this guy because I have the jaw lock capability over here. All right, then. Okay, I'll trade back and we'll go down the hill. Okay, Chris, move the ship.
All right. Are we staying on bottom or not?
I just moved the ship, mate. Move it towards the waypoint.
All right.
It's deeper, right?
It's deeper. Bridge nav. Let's move 50 meters. 150.
I don't know yet. I'll have to look at it.
Gotcha.
When I get there.
Yeah, because one thing we could do is on the way down, we could orbit on the way down and have maps for the way up.
Yeah, I could do that.
I kind of like that idea.
Which way is
Sure,
it?
go ahead.
150.
150.
I really kind of like the Norbit idea.
All right. Well, if we want to do that, we're going to have to decide soon and get it fired up.
Yeah, yeah, I can do that. Okay, it's on.
All right.
Full on orbit mode. What speed are you good in orbiting at?
We can go as fast as you want. You can't go fast enough to make it in orbit unhappy.
Roger. I'm gonna take a turn out here real quick. Jaden, can you come up, please?
Yep.
Can you come-
2-1.
Just come up. Come up. Come up, come up, come up. Oh, that's good. You can hold that for a second.
Copy.
Oh, you're taking it out to the other route?
Yeah.
All right. So shoot, I don't know, if we're gonna orbit, maybe shoot for 20 meters.
Didn't we split the difference before where I could barely see the seabed? And
If you want to do that, we can do that. It's going to give us a little smaller swath, but if we want to follow the same path up, then it's fine.
Do you want the big swath?
That's a question for science.
I mean, I would lean towards bigger, but
Yeah,
Roger. Okay.
yeah. Especially if it's sparse, bigger will give us more chance of finding something.
I keep coming up, dude. And then turn around to whatever it was, the bearing of the ship here, course over ground, 15160.
Okay, yeah, it's 150.
150.
All right, you basically stabilized?
I'm still coming up, or 15 meters, but yeah, stable Mabel.
All right, I'm going to start recording.
Roger.
So for those of you watching on home, we're
15
gonna
meter delta there. Dude.
hop off
Copy.
this ridge back into
Are you
deeper
stopping at
water,
that depth?
and
Actually, give me 20 meter delta.
as we do it, we're going to be using Herc's multi-beam to get a super high resolution map of the slope.
I'll go tail to tail here. Something like that.
And then we're going to drop down and come back up along the slope, along any interesting features that we find with the multi-beam.
If you can, be in auto head if you're not already. Oh, you are?
Full
Auto
autos.
head, auto out.
Yep.
Great.
Faster, faster,
You want ship faster? Yeah.
faster.
Bridge nav. Let's do 0.6 knots. And then just go ahead and add another 200 meters. We're going to keep going.
I'm listening.
That's correct. Yeah, and then we're just going to do continuous movement, so you can add a big move in.
I have not, no. But Harold, have you logged into the CinemaCam?
Cinema cam is off.
But we-
Cinema-cam is,
But yeah, we just secured the
Yeah.
CinemaCam so we could do some dedicated orbiting.
You can still look at the
That we
pictures.
literally did it 30 seconds ago.
yeah.
All right, let me...
Nope, that was intentional.
Thanks
No
for
worries.
checking. Appreciate it.
What PC you got it on, Amber?
Oh, yeah, nice 160-meter swath.
What's that?
Beautiful.
What's going on with our heading here?
C4, or is Hearst rock proc. There you go.
I got it. I don't know.
Yeah, for those at home, check
Are
out
you
satellite feed
Tugging
3
and getting tugged? Or
to
tugging?
see a very
I
cool
don't think so.
Norbit multi-beam map of our seafloor that we're flying over.
Weird. Let me slow down. Actually, let me just hold position, see if it comes back. Not that one, that one. I don't know, Chris, it wandered around. It's like, you can plainly see I have auto heading on, and
Yeah?
you can see the heading set point drifting.
Is the
See
stick
it?
not centering?
It's, what the?
That's fun.
You're muted.
Thank you.
Weird.
So, Ellen Ayla, what are you going to miss most about being on Nautilus?
I just want to be out at sea. I was just asking around, like, oh, what does it take to have a job at sea, like either full-time or contracted, but I think I just love the life at sea. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I think I'm just gonna miss just being part of the team and in the control van and just watching when the robots go down, the ROVs. Yeah, I'm just gonna miss all the
You good with the speed, or
excitement
do you
of just
wanna
waiting to see something
Try for a few more
pop
beans.
up on screen.
Let's
Yeah.
get the whole
And I've
mess
learned so
rolling
much from
first.
everyone here.
So, let me turn off
Such
that
a
spiel.
great experience.
Let's get the whole mess
Yeah, it's
rolling
been great
first and
having
see
both
how
of
it
you on this watch
behaves. See
up
if
here in the van.
I might have to play with the
It's been pretty
max
fun.
B's here and all that. Good, you know, mumbo jumbo. So far, so good. But I've only done like 10 meters.
Are you going to watch the dives from home?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Are you going to troll us on the...
On the chat.
Definitely.
Yeah, please say hi to chat.
Okay, here we go. I'm actually going to start moving now. Not high enough? 22. Come up just a bit. Let's make it 15, Jaden. I was concerned at first. Yeah, it depends on how steep the slope is. So what you have to watch is your altitude.
Chris, can you explain the color riot that you've got going on the screen? So you got, what, backscatter is the color in 3 dimensions as the bathy and water column?
To take that turnout clockwise.
Are you guys listening to the SBL?
No.
Chris and... Okay.
No.
We're trying to manage a handful of technology up here. Let us get the whole show on the road here. Then once everything is status quo and we're getting good data, then
Well, the good news is the Norbit is orbiting. The bad news is we're not seeing anything. There's a couple rocks and stuff, so we'll at least be able to hit little hard substrate stuff on the way back.
Is that those blue?
We've gone like 20 meters,
Oh,
so
what is it?
I'm going to come up a bit. I'm going to come up to 25 slowly.
I'm just enjoying this psychedelic light show we have on the screen. It's
This way.
mesmerizing.
Yeah, welcome to my world.
You'll be dizzy in a minute. Okay, I'm going to crank up my speed now a little bit.
You want me to maintain 15 delta?
Yeah, that's looking pretty good there. If the tether starts getting close, you could come up a bit, but takes us a few minutes to get the whole mess moving and get the spacing between Atalanta and Hercules sorted out and get the vessel speed, get everything in a line, and once everything's dynamically stable, then we'll change something. Like
More beans?
I think asking the ship to go.
They're going sideways too, so they're not gonna want to do that.
Yeah, asking them to go much faster than this is sideways is.
Yeah, and then they're gonna want to stop and turn, and that's not gonna be worth it by the time we're not actually going that far.
It's asking for trouble. I gotta slow down now.
Chris, if everything is stable, would you tell me what settings you have on the Norbit so I understand what all these different colors mean?
Oh yes. So all right. So the yellow stuff we're used to. That's the bathymetry, right? With the backscatter.
Yeah, that's
overlaid.
Yep.
The rainbow colors here are that's the grid that it's making.
Okay, so that's like, gridded bathymetry.
That's real-time gridded bathymetry.
Okay.
This is, and the color is just height.
Normal rainbow, got it.
Yeah. The big fan is the water column data. So if you look at it closely, sometimes you can see critters and stuff swimming through. But we might not, well, like you said here, oh gosh. Yeah, there's a big hole there, see? Neat.
Oh. Whoa.
Yeah, so sometimes you can see things in the water column or like fuzzy stuff coming up on and such.
Come down, Jaden. Come down, come down, come down.
Oh, see that? Then the grid just updated.
That's cool.
This looks like a potential feature of interest.
The grid with the backscatter simultaneously is hard to interpret.
It is, yeah. I can mess with the settings and get it. So normally I set the backscatter to 60 seconds, which is the update interval of the grid, so they don't overlap so much. So we can do that. There you go. And the beams on the far out are kind of sparse, so the grid gets torn a little bit. But for 3D data, we can also turn off. So turn off grid map. We can turn on the cubes.
Oh, Minecraft.
Yeah, Minecraft view. So the reason that we use this is if you have gridded data is basically it's a function, right? So every cell that you have one Z height.
Right.
But it is possible to have two Z heights in one for any given X and Y, if in like cave situations or cliffs or things like that. So so that's what we use the octomap for. But because...
No, I want to watch the tether. I got too far ahead and I jerked you around.
Yeah.
I remember when Cube was new. I feel old for saying that, but I was like, oh my god, Cube processing, it's amazing.
Yeah. Well, so, yeah. Cube is kind of a
real
different...
time.
Cube is a gridded method. It's just called Cube. That's the acronym for whatever.
Come up.
Oh, so this
it's another gridding method, yeah.
Oh, so this Cube is different than like Cube processing?
This is exactly,
I'm still trying to get my speed.
Okay.
Same as
It's
yours.
not confusing at all.
No, not at all.
It's challenging.
So this isn't doing all the uncertainty calculations like a cube processing one?
not,
okay.
no.
I'm less impressed now, Chris. I'm less impressed.
I have another thing. That was my PhD. I have a thing that does that in real time.
Oh, okay.
But I don't have it implemented on here.
So the green color is showing that...
Deeper.
Okay,
Yep.
it's going down.
Yep. Cooler colors are deeper.
Okay, come back down now.
I love this view because it's a nice reminder that
If you weren't already, it's not watching.
Hercules is this tiny little vehicle flying around this massive landscape.
Yeah.
And we're so used to just looking with our, flashlight to the ground, basically, walking up these hills and looking at the corals and sponges. But the features and terrains we're exploring are as big and as magnificent as any mountain on land. And this kind of gives you a slightly better sense of that. It's hard to get a sense of scale underwater.
Yeah, it's funny when we come back down and we're looking at these features up close, and then once you have the map, it'll be interesting to see just how little you actually see.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh yeah, when you take the bathymetry for a tire seamount and plot the actual dive track on it and throw like a 5-meter buffer on it of the area you've actually seen, it's minuscule. And with the exception of like 4 or 5 seamounts that have been kind of thoroughly investigated, we basically assume with 1, maybe 2 transects that defines the seamount, and that's what we know about biogeography in the deep sea.
Yeah, it's a pretty big problem, or a pretty big data gap. Like,
You can turn SPL off if you want, Jaden. It's too much. There's a lot of moving parts here.
at this seamount meeting that I was at right before coming here, Cherise Dupre, a Canadian researcher in
We wound up
British
at 30,
Columbia,
Chris.
was saying that
meters.
They have one
That's
seamount
perfect.
that they've
And
dove
that's kind of
on
where I like to be.
70
As long as
plus
we have good
times,
DVL luck, I'm happy with
and
that.
on the 70th time, they found a whole new community of animals that they
Oh.
hadn't seen the previous
No,
70
we do
times.
not. Got only 3 beams.
So who knows? Who knows what we're missing?
Eh.
Yeah.
Eh. I mean, it is what it is. If you have to stay high, you got to stay high.
No, I can come back down.
Yeah, come back down a bit. If you can get that 4th beam lock. That other one is kind of facing forward and straight down the hill. Like,
Yeah,
it's not.
we're right on the edge here.
Yeah. So if you can come down just a bit.
Took me a while to get my spacing from Atalanta worked out. Longer than I would have liked.
Yeah, and most of the seamounts we have looked at more in depth, they all appear to be unique.
And there's the goal at 25. Doesn't seem to be coming down. There it goes.
Yes, bridge. Continue. That is steep.
Yeah, we're,
That's real steep.
let me increase my Z velocity here to ludicrous speed. See if it can keep up.
So the hill's falling out from under you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that. Oh yeah, it's making
Well,
it.
wait, you have to slow the ship down.
You want me to?
We're going this way too fast. Herc can't go
All right,
that way.
I can slow down.
Roger.
Let him get this move in and then I'll. Bridge, can we slow down to 0.4 knots? We're right on this ridge, so we're getting kind of sparse beams on the outside.
Yeah.
Is that
It's
going to
like-
be your band name, Sparse Beams?
Yeah.
Sparse beams and polyopagon.
Or Sparse Beams and the
I'm
Polyagons?
gonna get a little closer and come under you, Jaden. Your altitude is less than 9 right now, and I don't like that. It's because we're really steep now.
Yep.
So if I'm under you, we can do this. If I'm out, the hills here, you're obviously gonna.
Oh, did you stop for a second, or is the DVL?
I'm all stopped. Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, should have told you.
Yeah, it looks like the DVL slipped a little bit, but I mean, it is what it is.
We got 4 beams again, but it
Yeah.
just dropped out from underneath me.
Yeah,
About
I can.
45
No, I
meters
can
now.
see right where it did that. Because we
But
got a zag in the map. But
it's
yeah.
full vertical down, so. There, okay. What?
Your heading's wandering again.
Roger. Because I toggled the wrong button. Wrong button. I hate it when I do that. Okay, I'm gonna kick it into gear again. I just saw some really wonky numbers fly by there. Okay, I'm gonna.
Heading is 150. It looks like it's changed.
That's pretty close.
All right.
Come down a little, Jaden.
Copy.
I have to go manual here because the auto XY is not responding fast enough, so the hill
Alright.
falls away.
Hey Chris, are you free for a question?
We're still full vertical down and
Yeah.
35
Go for
meters
it.
up.
Alright, so with the Norbit multi-beam, is it more
Is
capable
it really
than
that steep?
the M3 multi-beam?
Roger.
It is. Yeah, we tried an M3 and it wasn't great.
It would help
It's-
if I could actually look at it and fly it, but I cannot do that while you're constantly moving it.
Well, how do you want it?
Somewhere where I can get a reference.
It's just kind of tough because it is so steep. It's crazy steep.
I'm excited to see this.
Yeah, the Norbit first of all has a wider beam, which is super important. I found it easier to interface with software-wise, and it's higher resolution than the M3. And it's also more self-contained and requires less specialized software, and yeah,
Thank you.
number of reasons we went with the Norbit.
This message brought to you by
You
Norbit.
can rotate. No, that's fine. We'll leave it there. So we can actually pilot we can get a sense of the terrain and pilot by the Norbit
That's what I like to hear.
if it's not dynamic.
What we really should have is 2 instances of RViz.
We tried that, but the other machine was,
Too slow.
oh yeah, it's not keeping up.
Yeah, it needs a halfway decent machine.
Yeah, we do need it. There needs to be a static pilot view and one that
Right.
the
Yeah, because I mean, I don't rotate it around for no reason. I'm like trying to get an idea of the 3D shapes, right?
yeah. But you don't really need that while you're getting the data. You're just not going to make sure you're getting good data. And
Yeah, well, I do like to examine it as it comes in so I can keep an eye out for targets while we're surveying.
yeah, but as from an operational standpoint, if the pilot can see it, then they know they're getting good data. So
Yeah.
I know if it's starting to get holes in it, or if the ROV's porpoising or whatever, I can catch it right away in the multi-beam. And by watching these instruments, you don't get that sense right away. Like I can see it wagging its tail right now, right?
How far down do we want to go?
I think the waypoint you dropped is quite nice.
Okay, let me check where we are. Oh, we're almost there. All right, we'll be there in a few minutes. I might see if I can have Derek come up early and relieve me so I can get to processing this so you guys have it.
Yeah, we had it set up, just running the RViz window on another machine. That's all we need.
Yeah.
And then it's especially helpful if we turn around and fly it the other way, because then I can use the last bit as a reference, so we know if we,
Yeah.
need to come up or down in advance before we
Yeah,
lose the DVL. You gotta come down, Jaden. Just pulling you around.
Copy. Yeah, the winch payout isn't as sensitive as the in.
No. I'll hold position for a minute here.
Yeah, but
That's probably good
That's
for now.
2, though.
Just let it catch up.
that's data.
Lose the sense of how far ahead I am.
That's a deep sea pacer.
Yeah.
So for our viewers, if you go to channel 3 or satellite feed 3, you can see the Norbit happening right now.
Right. Got to keep our eyes peeled. Get a good shot.
It's a lot of moving parts. When the winch is moving and the boat's moving that fast, it can go sideways pretty quick.
Did you make an observation? So it'll be a bit harder to go back and find.
It was literally like 4 frames. It was less of a view than you got.
Okay, I'm gonna try autos again. A little less ludicrous speed this time. I think we got greedy there at the beginning.
Yeah.
I didn't think it was going to be so steep.
Yeah, no, neither did I. Like, I mean, once you see it on the map, you're like, oh.
That's what's happening.
Yeah, there's no vertical exaggeration there.
If only we had a map.
That's what it actually is.
Well, we do have a map.
Yeah.
Now we have 2 maps.
Ah.
Rotate counterclockwise just a bit. Look at the beams are blinding the bathymetry.
Hi, sorry.
Rotate counterclockwise a bit so I can see the seabed. Not a bunch of.
I thought you were
Good.
gonna. I thought you were talking to Jaden to rotate the actual vehicle.
Oh.
That thing.
It wasn't me. Did you not want Atalanta rotated?
No, I was talking to Chris, so we can
Okay.
see the seabed, not a wall of bathymetry beams blocking what's behind it. It's like putting a manipulator in, trying to grab and not be able to see what you're grabbing.
We got some viewers asking if we could turn the lights up on Hercules.
That's just a function of us being up in the water.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's
It'll all come back when we get back to the bottom.
nothing to see. Except on channel 3. That's where all the action is right now.
Why am I drifting off so far on that? Let's-
Your autos are just like
all
borked.
right, go back to menu out. Usually the computer can fly a razor straight line. I'm gonna slowly slide back out in front of Atalanta. We want to keep it all in a line, because if Hercules is off to the side of Atalanta, then we're pulling the tether through the water sideways. And that's causing Herc's tail to do this, which will pick up in the multi-beam. And we'll get yucky data if it's arrow straight through the water column. Then it's less external forces on Hercules, better data.
We got a viewer asking who designed Norbit.
So
Mr. Norbit, of course.
So the Norbit unit that we just purchased from, there's a company called Norbit. The visualization software and the mapping software that you see here, I developed for OET.
Is it hard?
It
Looks
only
pretty easy to me.
It only took 30 years of schooling or something to get to that point. So no, it's not. It's not that bad, but it is fairly technical. A lot of software, a lot of math, a lot of physics, a lot of geometry.
As a not mathy technical person, but still who uses sonars and stuff a lot, it's really freaking hard. I can't imagine single-handedly writing a multi-beam processing system, especially one with as many options and as quick a response time as we're seeing from what Chris wrote.
But how many ROS robots did you have to build to get the...
Yeah, it's exactly it, yeah.
So you start out by building the, what's the first one?
The TurtleBot.
Oh yeah, that's the very first one. Start out with a TurtleBot.
Or Turtle Sim, and then TurtleBot.
Yeah, TurtleBot, Turtle Sim. And move up to a knockoff Husky. No, that's too ambitious at the beginning.
Yeah.
What's the other one?
I forget.
Uses the... anyways, there's several entry-level ROS robots you can build.
Yeah.
And all the
It
all
is
the
a really
code's
good.
out there.
It is a really good place to start if you're interested. You gotta just getting your hands dirty is the only way to go.
Pretty
I mean,
much.
the math and the science background you also need, but until you start getting your hands dirty, you're not gonna be able to make stuff.
You got to bang your head against the keyboard and the monitor for a while as well.
That's most of what it is, yeah. I can do it fairly efficiently now because I've already seen all the problems.
I have, from the beginner TurtleBot to finally an advanced enough one to map my office and the kitchen and the living room. So there's, I don't know, 3 or 4 sitting on the shelf at home. And that took me probably, that was in the span of a year, I guess, to be able to start with a basic turtle sim and then move on to a couple other robots.
Yeah, it depends on your background. If you're a computer science person and like you've done a bunch of programming and whatever, you'll breeze through it. But
I am not.
yeah, you gotta like learn Linux along the way if you haven't done that already. And you gotta learn a lot about networking and a lot about electronics. That's the hard part, but also kind of the fun part about robotics is you gotta be into a little bit of everything. Now where's your heading going?
I don't know. I wasn't perfectly straight in a line and I fell behind, and that's maybe the tether pulling it sideways. Doesn't look like it though. Looks pretty good on.
No.
I think we're pretty much there.
High pack survey.
Yeah, it looks like it's flattening
All right,
out
I'll
there,
stop the ship, and then why don't you run to the end of the tether, and then we'll call it, yeah?
Roger.
Bridge nav, let's hold position here.
We got rather good at this at one point. A little rusty getting out of the gate that time.
Yeah. Well, the autos were cooperating on that slope. Hopefully the nav did okay.
Yeah.
It looked like there was a jump, but
my bad. I should have been ready for that. I was thinking we were going to have a long, boring transit, but not a short, exciting
it
one.
was a short, exciting one, yeah.
Should I come down?
No, you're good right there.
Okay.
I'm just under you, so you can tilt your camera straight down and probably see me.
Okay.
So it's a toss-up. If the autos are working nice, you get better data. But there's it reaches a point where the Hercules can't. No, I just jumped, so I'm at the end of my tether. Nav was lying.
Yeah, I didn't want to reset DVL or anything on you.
Yeah, Roger. No, I was watching the blue dots, but it just jumped. See that?
Yeah.
Doink, doink. Am I lying? I could be lying. Anyways, I'm at the end of
well,
my tether.
okay, I'll call it then. Before you start whipping around, let me shut this off so we don't have less to clean up.
I'm holding position.
All right.
Position.
Survey is stopped.
All right.
You are clear to descend.
Hey, why don't you log that in C-log 2?
Okay, Jane, let's come down and get to see it better again.
Come down.
Roger.
Copy.
Sometimes Hercules flies so beautifully that I forget it's only a 20 horsepower vehicle, and so it's not necessarily the autos. It's just, you know, it's running out of beans, as our resident electrical engineer Robert is fond of saying. Okay, seabed in sight.
All right.
You can hold what you got there for a minute, I think.
Copy.
When you do spin, you're going to want to spin counterclockwise. So
Okay.
you're probably going to...
Do you want me to come down on the delta more
Nope,
first?
nope. We want to have a high delta when I'm right under you and you spin.
All right.
You're good.
Counterclockwise. And you want me to spin around to face you?
Yeah. We're going to go back the way we can.
So we got some new viewers coming in. We are exploring an unnamed ridge.
Okay, are you going to be using your cameras again? You want me to button this up?
Yeah. You're going to have to close the eye of Norbit.
All right.
But I'm in no hurry. We're still getting settled out here.
Well, I mean, I don't need to collect a bunch of points sitting in one spot.
Yeah, if you shut it down, I'll boot the WCAs back up.
All right, I'll leave this up. You should still have your real-time map. We'll put it in third-person follower mode. How you like that? That'll follow you around from the front and stay behind you.
Around it.
Can you zoom out a little bit on it?
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like this.
This is neat.
We're way better at this, Brian, when we do it all the time.
Oh, I'm sure.
And we just got to do it. You know, just like Chris says, get your hands dirty and do it.
Yeah, and we should have you'll have a much higher fidelity map, and once we run through the processing, Derek's going to come up here and
spin all the way around to the.
Derek's going to come up here in a minute and relieve me so I can go.
Cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
get it fired up for you.
when I jump in a glider for the first time after 6 months of not flying, you know, it's a terrifying landing.
Yeah.
So I get it.
Wait.
When I open a
Using
program I wrote
gliders?
6 months ago, I can't. It's like completely foreign to me. Who wrote this?
Oh, don't get me started on that. Open it, you know, submit an article, wait 6 months for reviews, and have to go open the script again that I made the figures with and tweak them, and I can't remember anything. And of course, I like never comment my code because I'm a terrible person.
Yeah.
And
Can't even. Well, I make notes, but then I can't find the notes. Yeah, we haven't really been doing a lot of. Last year at one point we were doing it on every dive, and we got pretty proficient at getting everything started out and going down the hill in a orderly fashion without freaking out. I still freak out because the winch and the boat are moving at significant speeds, but we have to take into account the vessel heading and all that stuff. But we get more. It's like anything. After you do it for a while, you get more comfortable with it.
well, as soon as you guys are stable, I'm ready to start heading back up the hill.
We are ready.
So just a quick update for our viewers. We are exploring an unnamed ridge located roughly 30 nautical miles southeast of Angar.
Sorry, one other thing, Brian. I think I'll fire those other cameras back up before I get going. I'll take about 45 seconds for them to boot up.
Sure.
Is this more rocky or are these rubble? I can't tell.
I'm not sure yet either. There's definitely rock in there, but how much is coral skeleton or not, I can't tell yet.
See, what is that? That's going to take me a minute to figure this out too. I should really use this screen. So, here's your lesson here. First lesson is don't watch what I'm doing. I'm going to go to layout. I go to head 2. I go back to picture-in-picture.
I almost thought the net was some kind of big creature in the corner.
That's
spot 2.
That has happened to me a couple times already. And
So
same
now I
thing,
have
sometimes the float is bobbing into the CTD
1, 2,
camera
3.
and it keeps catching me.
So I pick my since I've used it. Yeah. So if I want to put it in picture-in-picture 2, pick that as the destination, then I go over here and find my source, PC4.
There you go.
So the nice thing about this is it gives you the graphical layout of the actual picture-in-picture of the multi-viewer.
Yeah.
The part I always forget, you got to go to layout and slot 1, head 1, picture-in-picture to get that multi-viewer.
Right.
You go to layout, slot 2, head 1, back to picture-in-picture. If you leave it on one or the other of those, it's not so daunting.
Chris, can you turn off the wireframe so it doesn't refresh like every time Hercules heading moves? Is that a feature?
That is a feature. I think I got grid map. Actually, I think this generally helps. There you go.
Yes. Awesome. Thank you.
The way, yeah, I do like the wireframe on it. Gives you a little more
Sure.
detail.
Yeah, it was beginning to make me a little seasick watching it refresh every, half second.
Gotcha.
Chris likes everything, wireframe, auto-rotate. His brain works at ludicrous speed. I cannot process that fast.
All right, onwards and upwards.
I'm just waiting for those cameras to come on. I got one of them. But I can start moving. I got the fuzzy one. That's not helpful.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
So Derek, how you doing?
Great.
You see that rock in front of me up there? That big rock?
Yep.
I'll bet you that's where Brian wants to go.
Brian, can you confirm?
Now that I feel challenged, I feel like we have to avoid that rock. But maybe that's what I was thinking.
All right, what's your heading?
But it's
right
like
now?
quantum mechanics. You've now interrogated the situation, and so the intention of the observer has modified the situation.
I should have rephrased that. You see that big rock up there? I wonder if Brian would be interested in that rock.
So 320. Is that the heading?
315.
315.
Or yeah, 320 will get us there. What's 5 degrees among coworkers?
All right. How big a step you want?
Let's do 20s to begin with and see how the depends. That depends completely on the back row. If they want to stop every 2 seconds or.
Well, I'm not seeing much. There's a Paragorgia, so I would say err on the side of faster right this second. And if we start hitting things, we can slow down then.
Subject to change without notice.
Yeah, totally. Stop right now.
Bridge
With
now.
at least 1 second of notice.
You can do 40s. Chris has been doing
Please
40s.
do a 40-meter move bearing 315 at 0.3 knots. Thank you.
Can the DP do slower than 0.3?
Yeah. I think so. We've done 0.2 before.
Okay.
Point 2, really? Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh yeah, look at that over
I
there.
spy
Let's go
with
see
my
that.
little
Yeah,
starboard camera eye.
I see it too. Not that.
Ah.
That.
You know that 40 meters we just talked about?
No, this one actually I'm pretty sure I know what it is, so a
Yeah.
quick zoom is probably all we need.
Is this Tridentisis candelabrum?
That's a great name.
Yep.
I was just
See.
gonna say it looks like the candle.
Yeah. This, I'm guessing, is the
Give us
recently
a house in there,
named
Amber.
bamboo
House it.
coral Tridentisis candelabrum, formerly
Downlights,
the
please.
I4
Good.
clade.
Copy.
All right, that's probably good enough.
I'm gonna take
We
a
could
still.
get a beauty shot if we have time, but if you're in a hurry, that's enough for us to do science.
No, I got time.
Okay.
As long as there's not like 10 more in the next 20 meters.
No.
How do you want your beauty shot?
And
Maybe,
focus.
What's that?
In focus.
yeah, we've got a few with the lasers on. Can we turn the lasers off?
Roger.
Copy.
Nice.
All right. I think we're happy.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Do you mind if I reset your DVL, Dan?
No, it totally needs to be reset. We did not reset it because we were doing Normandy.
Alrighty.
Oh, look, I got more time than I think because I forget to look at blue dots when I know darn well that the Norbit's 10 meters, or the DVL's 10 meters off. No, wait, I have less time than I
Yeah,
think.
you got less. I jumped
yeah.
back.
Oh, no. Fall back.
I think you'll be alright.
So, how do we ever function without that? Like, we could fly right by all those three big rocks and never see them. The only thing I don't have a real good sense of is how far away are those three big rocks.
Yeah, I don't either at this point. I don't have a map that's processed yet, but working on it.
You have to have the processed map to work that out, do you? And then you get grids and all that.
Yeah, we'll have a TIFF, basically simplify that into a grid and a TIFF and then throw it into HiPAC.
Alright.
Well, looking at how far you just moved and thinking about your tether link, I'm guessing it's probably about 70 meters.
Yeah, I was in that neighborhood too. We had it, we were pulling it into here and doing it as an overlay, and it was actually useful.
I see something tall and pretty in lower WCA.
Roger.
Yeah. I wonder if that's our biggest black coral yet, maybe? Let's find out.
Tall and fuzzy, you mean, or tall and pretty?
I said tall and pretty, but I think it's tall and fuzzy too.
You know, I almost put the spare lens on spec, but I'm still not convinced it's hardware. I hate, yeah, in hindsight, I'm wishing I would have
Yeah, that's a
gone with my
pretty
gut.
tall black coral.
That's a really tall black coral. Looks like it has at least one associate
Yep.
or tenant. Since we've been making fun of our weirdly abstract scientific names or terminology.
Yeah, lobster and associates.
Law firm.
Yeah,
Your
that's a big coral.
Deep sea law firm.
Yeah,
Wow.
see if I can tickle
That's
the
cool.
upper camera with it.
Oh, there's a fish in the background.
You can zoom
Amazing.
in there a little if you want.
Copy.
Yeah, that's got to be approaching 2.5, 3 meters.
Nice. Getting some finally decent focus shots here.
Oh, wow.
So that's the distance. So
Yeah. That looks
Okay, so just land exactly whatever this distance is on
well,
all
I'll get
future
a
ones.
sense of it here. Can you pull out for just a second, Amber? I'm going to do a few. So you can see I used the upper camera to, you know, get close
Yeah.
to it there, but that's about, I don't know,
That's really neat.
400, less than half a meter, more than a foot.
all right. You good, Harold?
Yep.
Onwards and upwards.
Roger. I was trying to get a sense of just the top of the vehicle there.
No, so it's not quite that tall. Still 2 meters, though.
Yeah. Can you increase just slightly the... Oh, never mind. It's coming down.
We got a sea cucumber just behind it, too. And then I see a couple things off in the distance as well. So, for those of you who've been watching on and off, we came up the west side of this feature, ran a couple hundred meters up on the ridge top, found kind of the local high on the local summit, and then we jumped back off on the east side, and now we're going back up to kind of compare the two different sides. Got a couple other corals here. Looks like some kind of paramorissid and probably a Pyramnoid.
I didn't realize it was lunchtime, Derek. We'll let that move run out and
Yeah, that move is done.
yeah, we'll
We'll just leave it alone.
yeah.
I'm bummed our watch is over.
Yeah.
So much anticipation for this climb up the hill here.
Yeah.
Hand it over to the A-team.
And with that, we'll say goodbye for this leg. And thank you to Elle and Ayla, who will be disembarking tomorrow.
Thank you for having us.
And it's been a pleasure sailing with both of you.
Ayla.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. All right, to our viewers, the 8 to 12 Sponge Dungeon Team watch team is signing on. It is our last watch for the first leg of the Palau voyage. So stay tuned. Keep on watching with us as we explore inside the plowing waters. I know we're sad that this is the last dive for the first half, but it's been a pleasure answering your questions, having you all follow along with us. There's always the second half. All right, so as our team is getting situated, we'll answer your question in just a few moments. Okay, I will now translate a little bit in Samoan as we get settled in. Talo falava. I uso tuangane matufafine alo mafanga o matamata mai America Samoa. Ai se fasili. Matomela fa ila lusami ya. Put it in the comment box. Me se foi ila usoma. Wala umasanga o makamaka mai I pango America Samoa, kafunga, yeah. Ko kikia ya lak lot funny. I'd like to thank you for watching and supporting OET and Nautilus in ocean exploration. Keep your questions coming, keep your curiosity beaming.
Okay, so right now Nav is loading up a map that, like a very detailed map, so that we can see where the cool rocks are up this slope and find interesting things to look at, we hope. So that's the plan. And so I'm happy to look around at things while we wait. I don't think there's a ton right here.
Oh.
Heading 315. Yeah, I definitely have room. I'm straight underneath Atalanta. Okay. Okay. That is great. Oh, this is pretty fun for me, though. Yeah, I mean, I've made these maps before, but I haven't gotten to, like, fly over them after having made them.
Yep. All right, sorry, we had to have a little discussion about the WCA there. We're heading towards the big blocks, I presume?
What's gonna be our heading? Like, do you want me to look?
I think 315 is good. Like, that's facing the slope that we.
Okay.
Or 330.
Yeah, I'll bring.
Oh, fish.
See? Perfect. That was cyclothony.
It's just like my evil plan is working.
Fish agenda.
Yeah, he's pushing this big fish agenda.
Yeah, big fish.
I feel like I got converted.
There's no agenda. Just keep flying.
That's what they told you to say.
It's back in party mode. Look at party mode.
Oh, but there's another fish.
Oh yeah, took a look at fish.
Love it. I'm stoked. Thank you so much. Okay, that's awesome. That's very fun for me.
All right.
Another fish.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to shut this and
Okay, that's fine.
redo the graticules and all that fun
And
stuff.
another fish.
I'm just trying to find any old thing to look at.
There's a
Well, there's a fish right there.
Where's the fish? Oh my gosh.
Oh,
You
so
and your
many
fish.
fishes.
Where'd it go?
It's right above the lasers, sort of.
Yep.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, that's mid-water. Okay.
Go for zoom. You can push in a little faster for that. Like I said, so this is like a long zoom, and I don't have a ton of time. So that's when you'd want to like snap in a little faster.
copy.
Is it the fishnet that I see in the
Okay.
bottom camera?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it
So
a
this
problem?
is
No.
cyclothony.
Is what a problem?
Let's keep going.
Then
Oh, I'm not hearing Jeff for some reason.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really.
You might.
Go wide. Are you speaking on SPL?
Okay, can you hear me now? No.
Can everybody else hear Jeff and it's just me?
Jeff.
I can hear Jeff.
Yeah, I can hear
It's
Jeff. You might have to
definitely-
turn him specifically up.
Nah, I just had to turn SPL up.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I think
Okay.
I've got everyone now.
Now you can hear me?
Awesome.
Yes,
Okay.
we're in the game.
Excellent.
cool.
Okay, team, before we look at the fishes, let's do a last round of introductions.
Okay.
All right, awesome. Let's start with the science team.
All right.
Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to the 8 to 12 watch. My name is Lottie Halleck. I am in the SCF seat, or the Science Communication Fellow seat. I am from Pampang, American Samoa. I am an educator at one of our local high schools, teaching science, specifically earth science and marine science, yes. Why did I sound unsure at that moment? Anyway, okay, take it off, Jeff.
Hi, my name's Jeff Drazen. I'm a professor in the oceanography department at University of Hawaii and the resident mad fish scientist. And I'm the science lead for this shift, our last shift for this leg of the expedition.
Hello everyone, my name is Piera. I work in Palau at the Palau International Coral Reef Center,
Okay, I
and
think we're
I'm
good.
currently on the Nautilus as a scientist. And I've been collecting water for environmental DNA.
Okay, go on.
Hi everyone, my name is Noelle. I'm the science coordinator at the Ocean Exploration Trust, and I am data logger for this watch shift.
Hello everybody, this is Derek Sowers. I'm Mapping Operations Manager for OET, and I'm in the nav seat.
What's happening?
I have no idea.
And people normally laugh when I talk, yeah.
Oh.
No, it's just an inside joke, really. Doesn't need to be repeated.
Derek revealed something, and he wishes he hadn't. And there's no take backsies on the 8 to 12.
Oh, look at that cool rock. It's straight ahead.
You are killing me. I want to know more.
You were here. You were here. Yeah. You're all in on this joke.
Oh, good.
I'm Gabby. I'm ROV lead for this trip, and I am in the Herc seat. Go to Zoom.
And I'm Rye. And I'm in the Atalanta seat.
Oh no, there's somebody here.
An adult.
Oh, you're
We're
not going to
off
mess it up
to
again,
an
are you?
excellent start this watch.
And video introduction.
And I'm Max. I'm sitting in the video seat.
Yeah.
All right, awesome. Thanks, team. Now let's get some fishes. Let's look at some fishes, not get these fishes.
Did they got more fish on the other watches?
No.
I don't think so.
No. It's only our job.
We will enjoy it.
We've collected some
It's-
other
it's
corals.
very enjoyable.
And sponges.
We will go find them.
As well as a cookie star.
Cookie
star?
Cookie star.
Oh.
Very nice.
Oh,
it
is that the
so
ravioli
nice.
star?
Thank you
I
so
think
much.
they got the ravioli star.
I don't know.
We
They
do
call it
appreciate
cookie
you so
star?
much. He's going
Folks,
home.
if you're listening, you clearly understand that we have to have nicknames for these because the scientific names are very hard to remember.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
We've got our nav. It looks beautiful. We can see where we are, and we've got to go find some rocks. But we've got this fish here, and go for zoom. That's good right there.
Oh, what kind of fish is that?
A rat tail.
Bathygatus.
Bathygatus, yeah. Look at all
Bathygatus.
those fin rays are extended out on all sides and on the top, and they're covered with little sensory organs, taste buds, and mostly mechanosensory structures, so that the fish's head is kind of in the middle of this dish of all of these sensing structures so it can find prey.
Got out. Whatever.
And we collected one of these at the beginning of the dive.
Nice job, video. Good instincts there.
Trying to practice my ESP.
Yeah,
What is
no,
that?
it's really tough.
That's an anthomastus up
Uh-oh.
there. Yep.